'Tis a sombre noon, but with a ray of light, the darkness of a meet shall be gay do climb. You can all give a friend of mine the respect of the last four words. I was planning on sticking with the Shakespeare-esque intro, but that was honestly funnier, so I left it in. In this week's meeting, I'll be reading Chapter 10 of my published novel, Deathchill. This is the final chapter will be publicly reading of my novel Deathchill. If you wish to know the rest of the story, then you can purchase the books on Amazon and Kobo, all of which are linked in the description of every episode. But I'll be also setting up a Patreon where you'll be able to listen to the rest of the story and where I'll be reading the two other books. You can also sign up for an app called Wisdom, where it literally costs you nothing to listen to them, and I'll still be able to make money from my writing. I'll be going more in depth about what you can do in the next episode, but for now, let's read this chapter. Deathchill, written by Porscha Aubrey, narrated by Porscha Aubrey. Chapter 10, Initiation. Hey, Queen! Samuel yells cheerfully, throwing me into a hug. I'm guessing that he found a new makeup guru on Walknidge? I ask Anne as she and everyone else walks inside. Yep, Anne pulls him off of me. He also wants to be just like him. I boop Samuel on the nose and smile. I'm not a queen, I'm a princess. Queens are old and wrinkled. Samuel's eyes go wide. That's perfect! I'll make my catchphrase something like that. Brian and Shadow suddenly come in all shy and awkward. Hawkeye comes over to me and whispers, "Let's give these guys the dad talk." I nod and whisper to Hawkeye, smirking mischievously. Grab she and head to my room. I'll grab the fake blood and mannequin. Hawkeye and I give each other a "let's do this" look, and we launch the plan. Meanwhile, Samuel, Lucas, and Anne are busy talking about Walknidge. I bolt upstairs, grab the mannequin from the hobby room and fake blood from the bathroom, run into my room, and start pouring the blood everywhere when she and Hawkeye walk into my room. We'll finish this up. She kneels beside me. You get the victims, boys. I walk downstairs, grab Brian and Shadow, and drag them upstairs. Samuel, Lucas, and Anne still haven't noticed anything. I pull them into my room and turn on my LED lights, making them red. Hawkeye comes out from behind my bed and stands beside me. Operation Dad Talk is a go. If you even think about breaking our friends' hearts, we'll break your faces. I start with narrow eyes, forcing my voice to be deeper. You wouldn't want to end up like the last ones, Hawkeye whispers with an intimidating double take. What happened to the last ones? Shadow asks, filled with fear and body shaking with fear. Let's just say, I smirk, looking at my wall. The red lights are giving this such a much more terrifying vibe. They still haven't been reincarnated yet. Brian tries to run out, but Hawkeye blocks the door and I push him back onto the bed, burning him a little with the slightest touch. Want to see him? Hawkeye asks, giving them a psychopathic smile. No, Shadow stutters, shaking his head rapidly. Well, too bad, I laugh, walk over to my closet and throw the mannequin at them, and in the heat of the moment, she teleports next to Hawkeye. Then she and Hawkeye turn into she's to seat Hawkeye. After that, they teleport right in front of the two boys and smile, blood dripping down from every hole in their body. Shadow and Brian are so scared that they can't even scream. She's Sissy Hawkeye stands there, staring for a second. Then they spit fake blood into their faces, and I throw an axe at my wall, going right in the space between both of their heads. As Brian and Shadow are holding each other in fear, she walks over to my lights and switches them all to white. I walk in to my bathroom and chuck some towels at she and Hawkeye as they switch back to normal. We start laughing as Shadow and Brian slowly start looking up at us. They're lost for words. We should run a haunted house this year, she laughs, acting as though we didn't just threaten the lives of two boys. What just happened? Brian asks, still holding Shadow. We gave you the dad talk, I smirk, with a little twist. A little twist? Shadow's voice cracks. Just don't hurt them, okay? I asked him more modestly, making my face show sadness. Brian glances at the mannequin chilling on the floor. You didn't tell me this would happen, Brian mentions, finally letting go of Shadow. You said movies, boy talk, face masks, and junk food. Initiation, I shrug. Lucas's initiation was Samuel talking about boys and wearing face masks. Ready to go downstairs now? Hawkeye asks as she and her finish cleaning up. Go and see your crushes. Brian nods. Shadow hesitates for a second and we all walk back downstairs. Anne and Samuel are talking about makeup and dieting. Meanwhile, Lucas is making snacks and listening to them like it's a podcast. What are you making? I ask as I throw chocolate milk at Hawkeye, remembering that's one of her favorite drinks. Tacos, spicy chicken buns, banana and peanut butter ice cream, and some chips. Lucas answers as he takes the buns out of the oven. I'm guessing that's all homemade except for the chips? She asks as he takes a ketchup chip. You bet. Lucas smiles and I give him a hug. I recently started a board on Pinterest of a bunch of recipes I want to make, and I sent them to my friends just in case they need an idea for something. Lucas must have been keeping a close eye on everything I've been adding. He's such a great friend. Want some help with anything? I ask as everyone else goes and joins Anne and Samuel's argument. Want to make the drinks? He asks me, showing more focus on the hot food instead of everything else. Sure. I shrug and look up at everyone else. What would everyone like to drink? My favorite milkshake, she shouts. His favorite milkshake is a peanut butter banana protein shake with sweetened almond milk and 4 kinds of blood. Animal, demon, god, and a mixture of non-magic and magic human blood. Milk tea, Anne answers, rolling her eyes at she. Your homemade Rainbow Dreams milkshake. Samuel replies as he continues to argue with Anne. Shadow is staring at him. He's probably fantasizing. I think Shadow and Samuel would make a much cuter couple than Griffin and Samuel. Hawkeye just raises her chocolate milk at me and continues to listen to them talk. Can I have a Coke? Brian nervously asks me. Is Pepsi okay? Everyone says in unison, and I smile and nod. He looks so confused. I signal Hawkeye to get Shadow's attention, and he says, That Rainbow Dreams milkshake sounds interesting, so that please. Coffee for me, Lucas nudges me. Can I surprise you with a drink? Go ahead, I shrug and begin preparing the drinks. I love surprises. I finish making the drinks as everyone has decided on a movie. It's a rom-com and I never heard of it. I may love trying new things, but movies and shows isn't one of them. 2 Rainbow Dreams milkshakes, I call out, handing Samuel and Shadow the drinks. And milk tea, some more chocolate milk, a Coke, and She's Demon Shake. Lucas puts the snacks on the table, and I hand him his coffee. Take a seat and I'll bring you your surprise drink. Alright, I smile and take a seat beside she. Shadow is very timid in drinking his milkshake. Meanwhile, Samuel is almost done chugging his. Lucky I make 3 blenders worth for 1 glass. Here you go. Lucas speaks up as he hands me my drink and sits to the other side of me. It's pure black at the bottom, and it fades to a blood red as it goes up. Somehow it's extremely thick and thin at the same time. Is this black stuff charcoal? Will this kill me? I question, gesturing to the color fade. Maybe. Lucas answers, looking from side to side and smiles. Don't worry. I'd never do anything that I know would hurt you. I can sense she rolls eyes right behind me. Well, okay. I slowly respond as I take a sip of the drink. My mouth is overflowing with a ton of different flavors right now. It's fruity, sweet, sour, spicy, hot, and meaty. Even with all these contrasting flavors, it still tastes pretty good. Where did he come up with this? How did he come up with this? How is it? Lucas asks, terrified. So many flavors, so many questions. I struggle to speak as the vast taste battling for dominance on my taste buds, staring at the drink. How? You should you sound like you're in love, Anne laughs. She twitches. I think I might be. I can't stop smiling. It's almost like I've never felt sad before in my life. Wait, I taste something else. Is that Lovid? Anne flies to her feet and drags me to the bathroom, forcing me to throw up while also yelling at Lucas. How dare you! Why the hell would you put Lovid in her drink? What's a Lovid? Lucas asked in shock. It's a plant that makes the person who consumes it fall in love with the person who gave it to them. Hawkeye answers as she and she transform into she's to see Hawkeye. Wait, don't kill him just yet, Samuel shouts, getting in their way. Why did you make the drink? I didn't want Lexus to see what I was putting in it. Where did you make the drink? I didn't want Lexus to see what I was putting in it. Lucas is holding his hands up in fear. So, in the greenhouse. So maybe some Lovid fell into the drink as he was making it, Brian suggests, pausing the movie. It is the time of year for it, Shadow adds as he pulls the snacks away from Shisa's Hawkeye. I'll go check it out, Samuel and Shadow say almost in unison, and they both walk outside towards the greenhouse. If Lexus ends up falling in love with you because you put a Lovid in her drink, she growls, getting close to him, I will kill you, and anyone that ever meant anything to you. I didn't even know what a Lovid was until a few minutes ago, Lucas squeaks, breaking into tears. So how could I do it? Lexus, it should be out of your system now, Anne whispers to me and wipes my face. Brian's powers aren't working. Please go calm them down. They only want to see that you're okay. I nod and walk into the living room. She is so close to Lucas that they might as well be kissing. I'm pretty sure that Hawkeye is trying her best to hold both she and herself back. Why do they care so much anyway? I walk up and put my hand on She's shoulder. I'm okay. Can we please just have a nice night like we always had since we were babies? She immediately changes back and holds me close. I think he's crying, but I can't see his face. I just don't want to lose you. Don't continue what you're about to say, Brian interrupts him. She may not be ready yet. Hawkeye is quiet, yet she looks like she's almost about to cry as well. Nobody kill each other, Samuel yells, running into the room with Shadow following. The vine was still green. In fact, there are still Lovids everywhere. Lucas gives she a nasty look and barges out of the room. Anne stands up to go after him. I'll go talk to him. Want to skip the movie? Brian asks us, eyeing the large pause button on the screen. There is a hot tub and pool in the backyard. We could put on a face mask and chill for a bit, I suggest, avoiding eye contact with everyone. I feel like I have just been violated. There's also a TV next to the hot tub. A change of location, Samuel smiles. I like it. I promise all this doesn't always happen, Hawkeye reassures Brian and Shadow. Well, it should, because this was awesome. Brian cheers, and she gives him a dirty look. I want to do these things with you guys more often. To the bedroom! Samuel points to the staircase, and we head up to my bathroom. Despite everything that has happened, it looks like Shadow is loving it. Most likely because he gets to be close to Samuel. Once we're halfway done putting on our face masks, Anne walks in and asks to speak with me. So I follow her into the hallways, and she whispers, Lucas doesn't want to be around She right now, so I'm going to walk him home and then come back. Okay, just tell him that I forgive him, I whisper back. I actually don't forgive him at all. I understand that it wasn't his fault, but for some reason, I just feel violated and pissed off. I'd rather be alone right now than continue doing this. When you get back, feel free to put on a face mask and join us in the hot tub. Anne nods and walks away, and I join the rest of the group back in the bedroom. When I enter the room, She is waiting by the door for me. I don't think he heard anything. So far, he hasn't even left my side. I think it might have something to do with what she said earlier about not wanting to lose me. We finished putting on our face masks and grabbed the snacks and drinks off of the table and brought them into the hot tub with us. She saw the drink that Lucas made and immediately poured it down the drain. Let's continue the movie, shall we? Brian grins as he surrounds himself with like 9 cans of Coke. I think that he's planning on not leaving the hot tub for a while. The movie wasn't playing for that long until everything happened. We didn't even get past the opening credits. She doesn't leave my side. He sits really close to me. I don't know why, but for some reason he seems really attractive right now. He smells really nice as well. I want to hold his hand. I want to lay my head on his shoulders. No, I shouldn't. We're friends. And we're with friends. I should never feel this way about him. He's like a brother to me. Plus, I think that Hawkeye has feelings for him. And I don't want her to feel hurt or even hate me. I might be feeling this way because of the way he held me earlier. Or it's Brian's fault. Brian, stop. I yell as I splash some water at him. Okay, sorry, he laughs, covering his face from the flying water. About 2 minutes later, Anne comes out with her bikini on and wearing a face mask. She has an amazing body. No wonder Brian likes her so much. Brian, stop! I shout at him again. I just wanted to see. He shrugs, and Anne takes a seat next to him, since it was the only spot available. Hey, Lexus, she whispers to me. I'm bored. Want to go on a walk with me? Yeah, sure. I shrug, and we both get out of the hot tub. A chill goes through my body when she wraps me up in his towel, and I go into my bedroom to change. When I come out, he already has his shoes on. Is he changing his appearance or something? When did he look so good? I don't think this is Brian anymore. I think that he actually looks different right now. He smells different now as well. Let me guess, something seems different about me? He asks as he hands me my shoes. Yeah, but I can't quite figure it out, I mumble, putting on my shoes and walking with him out of the door. Apparently there are different levels of being a demon, she exclaims, as he almost reaches to hold my hand. I just leveled up. Like a video game? I ask, eyeing him in the corner of my vision. Yeah, I guess so. He chuckles. How did that happen? I gaze at him curiously. Probably because I fought for someone I really care about. She shrugs and stares at my hand. He then takes it and says, So thank you for meaning something to me. So it changes your appearance and scent? I ask, staring at his hand holding mine. It changes a little bit of everything about me, he explains, slowly raising his gaze up to my eyes. It's like puberty, but you have to grow as a person, or in my case, as a demon. So how do I look? Attractive. I can barely breathe. His gaze is so powerful. You can probably get any girl you want now. There's only one girl I want. She speaks in a low, intoxicating tone, slowly moving in closer. This is wrong. I have to break this connection. He's my friend. Although I guess I would be fine with him taking my first kiss. No, that would be mean. That we'd that would mean that we'd be more than friends. And if anything we were to go wrong, if we were to go wrong, then we would end up breaking up and everything would become awkward, and I don't want to lose my lifelong friend. Ooh, you have a crush, I whisper, trying to act as oblivious as possible. Somebody please help me. Who is it? You know her quite well, she smirks and gets closer. You know her quite well, she smirks and gets closer. Tell me, tell me, tell me! I jump up and down. Please back up, you're being too forward. Somebody please help me. I fake a gasp. Is it Hawkeye? No, she gets cut off. Come on, Kevin! A giant elephant yells up to a giant of a human, who's flying in the sky while carrying him. What is going on? We're almost there, just a few more kilometers. Why did you have to pick an elephant for the first workout? The boy named Kevin asks, whilst trying to catch his breath. Can we please take a break? Fine, but only a few minutes. The elephant says as Kevin drops him. Oh, hey, Lexus, another boy greets, waving to me. I didn't even notice him, but he looks familiar. Lexus! The giant Kevin sits up at the sound of my name and runs over to me. She is standing next to me all confused. I could feel everyone staring at me. Now that I think about it, he looks familiar too. The only person I don't recognize is the elephant. Do I know you? I ask as I slowly step closer to she. He'll protect me. I recognize two of you, but I don't know where. Alder Sholo, Kevin and the other non-elephant humans say in unison. Oh, so school. I must have not noticed you guys. Sorry. I respond, thinking back. I'm sure I would have noticed this giant of a boy. I was probably more focused on the little miss dresses like a stripper. I hate that girl, Kevin sulks. But she is very strong. You guys also said that we go to school together? What teams are you on? I question. I can feel she get more and more annoyed, but I ignore it, because I just don't think I'm ready to date a friend yet. I'm a researcher on demon slayers and elder Sholo, Kevin says, stretching his long and bony arms and legs. That explains why I didn't see him. He's a researcher. I'm 7'4" and my nationality is literally everything, by the way. Why do you always introduce yourself like that, Kevin? The actual human boy rolls his eyes at him. Hi, I'm Arian Zubin. I'm a fighter on God Slayers. Probably the lowest rank on the team as well. The last boy laughs. My name's TJ, but you can call me anytime. She almost snaps at that. I covertly burn him to distract him with pain. I'm a fighter on Mobile Kinetics and Elder Sholo. Wait, you said that you're on God Slayers. What's your rank? I asked curiously. 989, Arian answers, avoiding eye contact. How the hell are you allowed on that team? I ask in complete shock. Also, Kevin, you said that you're on Demon Slayers. What's your rank? 103, Kevin smiles confidently. That's a pretty low rank for the number one team in the school. I smirk. What are you guys' powers? I'm the Avatar. TJ smirks. I give him a look of confusion. Fire, water, air, and earth. Ice, super smarts, flight, and time manipulation, Kevin replies as he smacks TJ on the back of the head. Super speed, super strength, shape-shifting, and super smarts. Arian sucker punches both of them in the gut, and they both collapse. The way they fall looks so dramatic and funny. Their cheeks are puffed out, and they're both positioned like they just got kicked in the nuts. Arian points at my house and says, You live here? Yeah? I nod, confused. Sweet, I need to borrow your kitchen. Arian quickly throws the two boys over his shoulder and walks inside of my house. She and I look at each other, trying to register everything that has just happened. I shrug and giggle. Looks like we have a few more guests. I quickly run back inside before she tries anything, and instantly see that Arian has TJ and Kevin laying down on the counter. Is he doing surgery on them? Make sure not to get blood everywhere, I joke as I take a seat in front of the two boys who appear to be unconscious. I wouldn't want to deal with the stains. I'm sure they'll make a wonderful Bloody Mary, he laughs. She is very close to throwing a temper tantrum. Eh? I smirk, pointing out the fact that he has two entire bodies but will only make one drink with them. I like my Marys pure, he laughs and grabs a stick of celery out of my fridge, and terrifyingly bloody. Well, make sure to join my friends and I later. We're chilling in a hot tub, I mention as I walk to the door to my backyard. She is following me very closely. It's like he's a wolf that just imprinted on me or something. Wait, is that what happened? Do demons do that? Nah, it couldn't be. Hot tub? All three boys bolt to the door. Whoa, she's pretty hot. TJ's jaw drops as he sees Hawkeye. Is she single? She and I look at each other. He looks so cute now, and he smells even better too. I wonder if Hawkeye ever leveled up like that yet. I'm always around her, so I guess I wouldn't have noticed if she did. I guess not, I start. She's a demon, she interrupts. Proceed at your own risk. He winks at me. Take a hint. Although I'm also fine if you never do. Let's go on a little adventure. Arian smiles as he and the two others walk into the backyard and sit in a hot tub next to Hawkeye and Anne. They didn't even get into bathing suits. They look so stupid. I giggle and look up at she. He's staring and smiling at me with such a beautiful smile. We lock eyes for a second, then he goes in to kiss me. But then my front door flies open with Des and Troy making a huge racket. Hey, Lexus! Des greets me as he throws his gym bag on the ground. She calmly backs away from me, grabs a soda from the fridge, and sits in his seat in front of the counter. Des looks between both of us, completely clueless. What? Where is everyone? Troy asks, as he puts his and Dez's bags in the laundry room. Also, I put your uniform in my bag. We have a battle before Christmas, and the coach wants us to train even at home. Thanks. I nod, my voice remaining calm as my heart races. They're in the hall. They're all in the hot tub with a few extras. I can see Troy almost ask what I mean, but then Des perks up and drags him upstairs to change into their bathing suits. In little to no time, I see them jump from their room to the balcony into the pool. Des must have become the Flash or something, because that all happened in a range of 5 seconds. Everyone's head snaps to them into the pool, and the three outsiders look slightly horrified. Follow me, she orders, and I do so as he leads me upstairs. We enter my bedroom and he closes the door behind us. There's something I want to confess. And he closes the door behind us. He then turns to me and whispers, Now that we're finally alone, there's something I want to confess. What is it? I continue to act as oblivious as possible. Stop the act. I know that you know what I'm talking about. He shakes his head at me. What are you talking about? I bat my eyes, doing my best to control my smirk. Lexus. She pulls me in and kisses me. I'm so stunned I didn't notice anything around me except for his smell. He moves back for a second, then whispers, I'm in love with you, and I don't want to spend another day calling you just a friend. He pulls me back in and continues to kiss me. I don't want this to end. Please, never stop. No, this is wrong. We're friends. Lifelong friends. I'll end up risking losing him because of a bad relationship. Besides, he can get any girl he wants. What about all the girlfriends he's had? I'm nothing compared to them. I'm nothing compared to anyone. Literally anyone would be a better choice. And what about Hawkeye? Doesn't she matter to him? Is he really fine with losing her to someone like me? This is wrong. I struggle to speak as I push him away from me. We're lifelong friends. I can't risk us having a fight and you hating me. I don't want to. You and the other guys are too important to me. Lexus, the reason why I leveled up is because of you. She smiles and sits crisscross in front of me on my bed. I will always love, and you may never need it, but I will always protect you. But what about Hawkeye? I ask. I want the best for my friends, and their powers are in their partnership. I don't want to risk them becoming weak and vulnerable. What about her? She questions me with a hint of cluelessness, tilting his head. Don't act oblivious, I snarl. I know you know how she feels. She looks at my door and sighs. She's my partner. We've always been partners. Even before our parents were killed. He gazes back at me. He looks like he's about to cry. I really do care about her feelings. Trust me, I do. I hear laughter coming from downstairs. Everyone sounds so happy. She turns to me. He's smiling, but there's a tear going down his cheek. I just feel like she deserves someone who makes her a better demon, and I know for a fact that I'm not the one. I reach in to give him a hug, and he starts to break into tears. He's so vulnerable, and he's fine with me seeing this way. I shouldn't be happy. My friend is crying. I should be sad that he's sad, except I'm not. Am I a monster? I love you, Lexus. I really do. She persists, sniffling through the tears. I love all my friends, but I really love you. Want to go join the group? I question as we hear someone yell cannibal, and then immediately start screaming in pain afterwards. Sounds like you would have loved to see that. She smiles and nods. Sure. We exit my room and start to walk downstairs when I take his hand and whisper, I'm willing to give it a try. She smiles a huge grin and murmurs, What happened to not wanting to lose me? That was before I saw you crying like a cute little boy. I smirk devilishly. She takes my hand and we walk into the backyard. When everyone sees us, they start to cheer. TJ is unconscious and covered in blood and bruises. Meanwhile, Ariane and Kevin are still pretty much hanging off of Hawkeye. Anne and Brian are laughing at them while sitting on the side of the pool, together. I nod at Brian and give him a thumbs up. Meanwhile, Samuel is squealing to Shadow about video ideas. He seems so nervous, yet so in love. She moves closer into me and whispers, I guess this movie night is a win. That's when I remember Lucas. What would happen if he found out about this? I hope he's okay. He's an amazing friend. He just had a little fuck up. It wasn't his fault. I'm going to check up on TJ, I mention, walking away from him. She walks over to Anne and asks her something, but I couldn't quite hear. They walk inside together. He's probably about to celebrate with her. Hey TJ, I speak just below a shout, taking him, shaking him. You good, bro? Want me to give it a try? Kevin asks me as he kneels down beside me. His kneeling down is almost equivalent to me standing up on my tippy toes. How tall are his parents? I feel bad for his mother. I nod and say, sure. My techniques would end up hurting him anyways. Kevin puts his hand on TJ's head and surrounds us in an ice dome. I know that probably scared you, but don't worry. It's part of the process. I nod and continue to watch. That did faze me, but I can easily melt it, so I'm not scared. Kevin smiles, and then a bunch of icicles start flying at TJ. TJ's eyes open, and he sends out a blast of fire, yelling, Fine, fine, I'm up. Were you hoping a Hawkeye would come and try to make things better? I laugh, like Sleeping Beauty. You're not exactly a beauty, Kevin mocks him. Are you sure it's a good idea to leave Arian alone with her? I ask them. They both look at each other and run right through the dome of ice, revealing that the walls were around 3 feet thick. Damn, these dudes really like demons. I exit the dome and see all 3 of the guys beating each other up and Hawkeye sitting there and laughing at them. No one is watching the movie anymore, but it's still playing. Where's Des and Troy? A second later, Des yells, Cannonball! I quickly look up to see that they're both jumping off the roof. A 4-story tall house, and they're both jumping off of it. Sure, it's into a pool, but what if they do a belly flop? I won't be able to hear an end to their complaining, and Mom and Dad won't help them just to teach them a lesson. She and Anne come back outside just as they hit the water. They both cringe at the sound. I knew it. They belly flopped. And I see Brian wave to her as Des and Troy float to the top of the pool like 2 dead fish. Everyone watches closely as they slowly emerge up to the surface. Then, after about a second of waiting, howls of laughter fill the air. I bet Lucas would have loved to see that. Actually, he'd probably mess with the water somehow to make sure that they don't get hurt. I shouldn't be thinking about other boys right now. I have she, and everyone is happy, so I should be happy too. So why am I not happy like everyone else? I guess that just proves I don't deserve to be happy, since I can't be grateful for it. I wish I were like everyone else and be happy. Anne glances at me and starts to come over. Great, here she comes to tell me a bunch of empty compliments. I think now's the best time to end the movie night, Anne suggests with a smile. Always gotta leave them wanting more. Want me to go set up the beds? I ask her, noticing the 3 boys getting too close to the TV. Anne shakes her head. A lot has happened tonight. I think it's best if we all go home. I shrug. Well, you're the mind reader. You know best. One question, though. What is it? She asks me, her voice calm and upbeat. Which one does Hawkeye like the most? I ask, pointing to Hawkeye standing over them as they lay down out of breath. She must have kicked them out of the hot tub before they ended up breaking the TV. Arian, Anne answers. She likes how he's the sickest-minded, and she thinks he's funny too. Cool, thanks. I smile and give her a hug. I'll send everyone home for you, Anne offers as she starts to get everyone's attention. I guess that means I'm on destroy duty. Walking over to the pool where they were last seen, I can't seem to find them anywhere. Where did they go? You and she, huh? Des asks, somehow appearing out of nowhere. The sudden voice scares me, and I fall into the pool. Troy jumps in and carries me out without a second thought. Now that I've gotten a good look at them, they're red all over. I'm surprised that they're not yelping in pain. Hey, two weird strawberry dudes. I struggled to control my laughter. Have you seen my brothers? Troy rolls his eyes and smiles. Very funny. You going to tell us anything? Does asks, having a mixture of protective brother and excited friend in his posture. I gaze away to make it look like I'm thinking about it. Then, glancing back at them, nope, good night. I wave and walk back inside and go to bed, letting them sit in suffering. The end. And that is everything for this week's meeting. I hope you all enjoyed the 10 chapters of my published novel Deathchill. Follow at CWC Publishing on Twitter. Check out my novels Flame Rip, Arctic Blaze, Deathchill on Amazon and Kobo, link in description. Check out the Creative Writing Club Discord server in the description. Check out the Creative Writing Club Instagram at creativewriting_club. Check out my personal Instagram at dark_night_wolves. And 'tis time for me to conclude such a somber and dark meeting.